All day, baby. All day. And when I say that, I mean I'm speaking of Adrian All Day Peterson, who had a complete field day today. I'm gonna talk more about that in a second. Of course, I'm talking about the Minnesota Vikings putting the beat down on the Atlanta Falcons 24 to 3. I did not get to watch this game, but I wish I did. Um, it actually, we saw some great defensive play from both sides, and we saw some exciting plays. There were a lot of big scoring plays in this game, and I know there were only 3 of them in the end, but this looks like a game I would have liked to have watched because of my tastes in the NFL. Um, the Vikings shutting down that run game of Atlanta, and we all know how vaunted that running game has been in the past, and I know without Vic, it doesn't really count now, because that takes away their edge. But they held the tandem of Dunn and Norwood to 88 yards on their 27 carries, and I will take that. So Kevin Williams, Pat Williams, keep doing what you're doing. You know how much I like you guys. I mean, the way you guys stuff the run, that's just madness, and Minnesota has a chance to go far as long as you guys keep doing that. The pass defense stepping it up, held Heisman boy to under 200 yards, picked him off twice, and took both back to the house. How often does that happen? And I know it's Joey Harrington. I know most people think he's garbage, and he probably is, but, I'll take it. Antoine Winfield, Kevin Williams, that's pretty funny right there. A defensive tackle picking off a ball and taking it 50 yards the other way. 5 sacks on Joey, so they're finally finding that pass rush. No, not I mean 6, so even better. We saw blitzes from E.J. Henderson, the middle linebacker. Cancio D's finally getting in on the action with a sack of his own. Rookie Brian Robinson. Great day by the Minnesota defense. They forced turnovers. They stopped the opposing team. They got QB pressure. Offensively, not quite where you want to be. Tavares Jackson played okay. But this guy has done nothing but prove his critics wrong since the preseason started. And that's not all about throwing 4 touchdowns. You just got to protect the ball and let your running game, because it is a very good running game, do its thing sometimes. And that's what T-Jax is doing. Turned the ball over once, actually threw D'Angelo Hall his first interception in a little while. But he completed over half of his passes. He had that 1 touchdown to Adrian Peterson. He's not going to win any MVP awards, but he's doing what Minnesota needs him to do. I don't think he'll ever be a great quarterback in this league, but he can continue to do what he's doing right now. And, when we're talking about the Vikings offense, you got to talk about Adrian All Day Peterson. 19 rushes, 103 yards in your first NFL action. Now that's something. Special kid right here. Great talent. And let's remember Chester Taylor got hurt, so he had no reliable backup out there. Taylor got hurt after 3 carries and 1 catch, so it was the Adrian Peterson show, and his first career reception went 60 yards for a touchdown. This kid is on fire right now, and I know as soon as I start saying these good things about him, he's going to go get hurt next week or some stupid crap, but I don't believe in jinxing anything or anything like that, so I'm just going to sit here and say I love this kid. Crazy player. For the Atlanta side of things, sad, sad, sad. Harrington got all the hype in the world this preseason. People believing in him, ESPN, Atlanta fans, the Atlanta organization, announcers, everything. He's been nothing but mediocre to bad ever since he came into this league, and now that he was forced into the starting job for Atlanta, people were feeling bad for him and trying to come up with ways to justify his poor play to that point. And he had a solid preseason, got people's hopes up, and then he goes out and throws up a stink bomb. under 200 yards, got sacked 6 times. That's not all on him, but some of it is. And 2 picks that got taken the other way to the house. He doesn't have the best supporting cast in the world of receivers or anything, but, you know, maybe he let the hype get to his head and distract him. But very disappointing day for Joey Heisman. Suddenly it looks like the Atlanta season might be put on the shoulders of Chris Redman. That said, it's Jarius Norwood time. I don't know why they're starting work done, but after today, I think he's done. And no pun intended, I don't think he's anything more than a change of pace back now. It's time for Jarius Norwood to get out there and show what he can do, getting 15, 20 carries a game. Because Dunn is no longer the man in Atlanta. I really do not believe that he's ever going to be able to be a top running back anymore. That said, also in terms of the Atlanta defense, they couldn't do anything other than that one interception for the most part. They actually did manage to kind of stop them up here and there for most of the game, but that pass play to Adrian Peterson that went for the touchdown was just sad in my opinion that they couldn't get him. They had a hard time getting quarterback pressure. I guess it wasn't a terrible outing by them all around, but they got embarrassed enough times to allow Minnesota to run away with this game. So, Atlanta, just keep thinking Brian Brom to yourself and you'll be okay. You'll be okay.